All right, we got Leo, man. What's up, Leo? How you doing, bro?
Thank you. Very good. Thank you for having me here today.
¿Andas nervous o qué,
A
carnal?
little bit, just a little bit. Never
Asústame
been
one time. Andas bien, asústame one
two
time.
times.
Yeah. Wow, man. Where you from, bro?
Alamo.
Alamo.
Where's you from?
Your
Yes, sir.
carnal is the one that reached out to me, ¿verdad? ¿Cómo se llama?
Gilbert
Gilbert, yeah. And what's your last name?
Alvarado.
Alvarado. Órale. Yeah, I was at the Mini Kiss concert, man, and they're at the Landmark in Alamo. Nice place, man. Roy Landon,
Oh
saludos.
yeah, Roy's amazing.
And
The
were you
Landmark's
there at the
great.
Mini Kiss?
Actually, I was out of town with my
Ah,
nephew. We have a nephew in San Antonio, and just wanted to, go show support because he's a softball coach there
uh-huh.
at Olu,
See.
and they're actually, qualifying for the World Series. They won it last year, but they were qualifying again
Oh,
this year.
that's awesome, bro.
And I
I
was up
love
there
watching
supporting.
those Little League World Series on ESPN,
Uh,
man.
well, he's in college, so
See?
he's a coach for the
Oh,
Our Lady
College
of the
World
Lake.
Series? Yeah,
Yeah,
también, yeah.
that NAIA, the good
Órale.
stuff.
Talk right into the mic when we talk. There you go, that way, right, just so we can everybody can hear. Now, your brother came up to me at the Mini Kiss, man. You missed a great show, and he was telling me about this event he's got going on there at Landmark, man. It's called Armed Forces Festival this weekend, right? Saturday.
Yes, sir. It's a 2-day festival, Friday and Saturday there at the Landmark.
Uh huh. And what's gonna happen, or qué va a haber, okay? And why did your brother come up with this? What is he planning to do with it, or what?
So essentially, the whole Armed Force this festival concept came about during COVID, or actually a little bit after COVID.
Uh huh.
Again, I found a picture of my dad, and I didn't know it was my dad, but it was just a picture. He was standing in front of the barracks, and and who knows
In his army
where.
fatigues or what?
Just in the black shirt and the
Okay.
the, the, the pants. And I asked my dad, and again, he's never been a man of very many words, and he just looked at me and said, I was in the army, and that's all I want to say.
Uh huh.
And so, just kind of fast forwarding, unfortunately, our mom was in the hospital the majority of last year.
Okay.
And, she kind of had a little talk with us because things got pretty serious.
Mm-hmm.
And she mentioned that she just wished that we were a little bit closer, right? Us as brothers,
See,
and
you and Gilbert.
me, Gilbert, and my other brother, Danny.
Órale.
So there's three of us. And
And what do you think was keeping y'all from being close or what?
honestly, it's just petty stuff,
Oh,
brother stuff,
yeah.
and what have you. But
But it wasn't like because of distance and you guys have your own lives going on and you get
a
busy.
little bit
Because a
of
lot
that.
of
I think.
times families, they get busy, man, and it's tough to find time, to get together and communicate and stuff like that,
Oh,
right?
for sure. I mean, I'm the one I was living in Houston. I'm living in Austin,
Mm-hmm.
in different places. So I was kind of always the distant one. But of course, that comes
And
into to
Gilbert's
play.
the oldest one,
Gilbert's the oldest,
and
and
then
it's Danny,
and then Danny, and
and
then
then
you.
me.
Ahora, eso tú eres el
Yes, sir.
coyotito, el más consentido
Well,
de todos.
I'll be 40 something, seven,
Uh-huh.
the May 26th.
Órale.
So,
So then
uh,
your mom brought you guys together last
yeah,
year, and
she basically said, "Hey, boys, I just wish you guys were a little bit closer." And so, we got together, and we said, "What do we like to do?" We said, "We like live music. We like, just supporting the community."
hmm
And us, I came up with that idea and pitched it to the guys, to my brothers, and they were like, "Hey, let's do it." And again, long story short, we had a breakthrough with our dad at the festival.
hmm
As a matter of fact, I get
breakthrough with your dad, as in
as in a moment, right? We
okay.
we honestly did not know. Maybe I think Gilbert knew that our dad was in the army, but me and Danny didn't
So
didn't
you
know.
all never knew your dad, or
He
what?
didn't. Yeah, he didn't talk about that part of his life.
Oh, okay.
He
But you
wasn't.
you you have you've had your dad in your life.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
Okay, but you all never spoke about. And how
What?
old is your dad, man?
72.
72. So
72.
he might have been in Korea, Vietnam. Was he in Vietnam or?
I'm service wise, don't think that happened.
Okay.
And I think that's part of why he doesn't talk about it is because he feels like the people who actually went to go serve that were involved in war in the
See,
battle, those to him are
the
the
ones that
people you
should be
should
recognized.
honor and
Yeah.
recognize.
No, but
Um,
I mean, just joining the military is commendable. Just giving your life to the country.
True.
And even if it's 4 years, 5 years, and you don't get, sent anywhere or anything like that, but just doing that service because not many do it. I mean, A lot do it, but a lot don't either. You know, I mean, we don't. I
It's a
never did it. You
that's
know what I mean?
exactly
But
what.
that's why I have a lot of respect for
Yes,
anybody that
sir.
even just went for 4 years and did their basics and just and finished their course there. But yeah, but your dad's 72. I have an uncle that's like 75, and he was in Vietnam back in like '68,
And
something
of
like
course, like
that. So that's the era.
to your point, that's a different time.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of stuff going on within the military, outside of the military,
Yeah.
and so it was just the period. And again, my dad's never been one to sit down and have like a
Yeah,
conversation, right?
and,
It
and
was
Vietnam veterans weren't given a warm welcome when they came back. They were hated by the country. A lot of the, young people that felt they were killing, they were doing something
not
that
there
was,
for the right reasons
yeah,
or what
or that
have
they
you.
were, they
Yes.
were, they were, because a lot of innocent people died during that, and so there was I mean, the country was really divided back then, but. The Vietnam veterans never really got the recognition for, sacrificing their lives, which I thought was very wrong. But now, through the ages and through the years that have passed, we've learned to, respect and support what they did, and they were just serving their country and doing their
And
duty,
doing their
But
duty, yes, sir.
yeah,
And
man. So
and that's why Roxo again at the festival last year, right? I mean, me and my brothers, honestly, we didn't know what we were doing, and we wanted to do a festival, so it was like, okay, vámonos. And so at the festival, we had the Marine Corps League, the detachment 1456 here. Shout out to them because they're amazing,
uh huh.
and they came in and presented the colors,
Okay.
and it was the first time that me and my brothers we actually saw our dad, get up and salute the flag,
Mm-hmm.
and that breakthrough moment. I was looking at Gilbert, I
Yeah.
was looking at Danny, and then I was my.
You
I'm
start
about to start
crying.
crying right now, but
Yeah.
the waterworks just happened,
Yeah.
and after the festival, we got together again. We said, you know what, bros, like we need to continue this because if we had a breakthrough with our father, we want those breakthroughs for other families.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yes, it's good. You have a good time listening to great music. The food is great. I mean, the pizza there at the
See.
landmark.
Yeah.
But it's more again to send that message, that we're here to support the
Mm-hmm.
armed forces and first responder community just as much as they do, for us,
Yeah.
and that we couldn't enjoy anything and what have you without them. And so I hear it a lot, to your point earlier that well that's your job and that's what you signed up to do. Well, it's not easy.
Mm-mm.
And so again they're actually giving their lives, just to like for stuff we take for granted.
Yeah.
And we just want to recognize that, sacrifice, that service, and also that of their families, because we're of the sentiment that if one is a first responder, armed forces member, the whole family serves.
Mm-hmm.
Because
You're
it's
damn
just,
right, man.
they're not alone, but
Yeah.
they need our support because man, something. My nephew's a paramedic. My nephew Danny, he sees a lot of
Bad
stuff,
stuff, man. Yeah.
and they need a way to just again that show that we support them. And we even started a little bit of a support group called Fireside Chats.
Okay.
The first meeting is going to be on Monday,
Órale.
and it's just again open to there at the landmark, open to first responders and armed forces members, and the whole concept is healing through communication,
Mm-hmm.
through conversation. And I saw one of your podcasts earlier with the mental health.
Yeah. The drugs and all
Yes,
that. Yeah.
and so again, we're not experts or what have you, but we just want to facilitate conversation,
Well,
right?
the drug rehab. The lady that I interviewed, she talked about when people gather together. That's therapeutic. Where that's what happens with like addicts when we get together at rehab and we're all during the lunch hanging out at a patio and we're just talking and laughing and everything and we're learning how to accept and realize that we don't need the drugs and alcohol to be able to socialize and have
True.
fun. And the same thing, when you bring a group of people and you know you celebrate the people that have enlisted in our armed services in the United States of America, and it brings families together, in support of everybody, So I think it's a really cool thing you guys are doing, man.
Yeah, and the motto is of Fireside Chats. It's healing begins with your story.
Mm-hmm.
But on our logo, we put the word your. We put an emphasis on OUR
Mm-hmm.
because you're gonna go with individuals that share those same experiences that you did, with armed forces, first responders, and sometimes both.
Mm-hmm.
Because as you know, some of them, come back, from military service and get into and become a first responder, police officer,
Yeah. Law
law
enforcement.
enforcement,
Mm-hmm.
paramedic, medical,
Yeah.
and so
So yeah,
doing some things.
it's gonna happen May 16th and 17th. It's 2 days. You go Friday and Saturday at the Landmark on Tower in Alamo, and there's gonna be free admission, live performances, the Teague Brothers Band, River Rock 7, Reserve. The official hotel is Home Suite by Hilton 2. And so there's a lot of sponsors as well. And all you have to do is just go by and have some fun and support and get to meet a lot of different people that are part of the armed forces. And we appreciate you, man, for doing
Oh, we
this.
appreciate you, Rock, for inviting us on and helping us, promote the event. Again, we just want to have a great turnout for our armed forces and first responder
Yeah.
communities.
Hey, it's free. Go by and enjoy some great pizza, some cold beer,
Food
food trucks,
trucks.
live music on an awesome stage. It's outdoor, indoors. The Landmark on Tower, Roy Landa, and all my friends there,
Shout
man.
out to
Good
Roy.
place. Thank you so much, man, Leo, and big hug for your dad, bro, and your mom,
Appreciate
okay?
you, brother. Thank you so much.
Órale, asústame one time.